look good.
Well, you're stuck here.
Oh, man, where we going? How we going to get out of here, man?
Wait a minute.
Sound like
Isn't that? Sure looks like it. That's that new KFC honey barbecue chicken.
New KFC honey barbecue fried chicken in Lake Edna or your neck of the woods. Now try new KFC honey barbecue chicken, 8 pieces, just $5.99, or a 2-piece snack, just $1.99.
The suspect, believed to be armed and dangerous. The police caught in a deadly standoff. And you're on the front line. Cops in Miami. An all-new episode, Saturday. Then, a ski competition turns tragic, forcing a bone-chilling rescue at 7,000 feet. Experience an all-new Code 3, After Cops. Then, how did band leader Billy Tipton keep the truth from his family and fans? That he was a she. It's one of the world's biggest lies, Saturday after Code 3.
Regression therapy is an extremely controversial method in which abductees relive their UFO encounters under hypnosis. And some scientists suggest that what they're actually reliving might be repressed emotional trauma or subconscious fears from childhood. But for the abductee, the alien encounter is very real.
In abduction cases, many times the person will remember consciously that something strange or bizarre happened to them, something out of the ordinary. They desire to go into hypnosis to retrieve the hidden memories.
During some abductions, I'm aware of them, of their taking sperm samples in many different ways. They've done it in many different ways. With tubes, with like catheters. There's one way I have not been able to deal with emotionally or under regression, and that's one where there's a being on top of me, and I can't deal with that yet.
Under hypnosis, Jesse Long is reliving trauma that he believes is caused by his abduction experience.
As incredible as it sounds, these people are actually reliving these terrifying experiences.
Long claims to have not only emotional scars, but real physical scars as well. Even more disturbing are stories from women who believe they were abducted for breeding purposes.
As incredible as this may sound, we have come across in the research cases having to do with missing fetuses.
I remember they numbed me from the waist down, and they took something that looked like an umbilical cord attached to placenta, and they levitated it into some kind of chamber.
Later abduction scenarios, she is actually shown a baby. Now, this baby is not like a human baby that, as we know it, it's a cross between an alien and a human.
It's the central question of UFO research today. Why are they manufacturing these offspring, these babies? If we knew the answer to that, I think we would have a large part of the UFO mystery finally in hand.
Not every reported encounter with an alien is frightening and traumatic. Some people who claim contact with extraterrestrials tell us that for them, the encounter was a peaceful communication. That was certainly the case for Dorothy Izad of Vancouver, British Columbia.
I went over to the window, looked out, and there was this enormous thing up in the sky. It was in the shape of a diamond. And as I watched it, like there was a whole group of little, like, silver dollars that came out of the large ship.
Dorothy and her family reported that UFOs appeared every night.
I've been with her. I've seen these things. We all went down and we saw the phenomena, you know, flying in formation, you know, streaking across the sky, this sort of thing. She tells me what they are, but I'll never be convinced until they drag me screaming and kicking into one of their ships. And I'm afraid that's my nature and that's where it'll stay.
I found that
to the test that this person is telling the truth, whatever she's doing, and that she's honest, and she's a very average, normal individual.
This is what witnesses have seen. These are not street lights, airplanes, or other conventional lights. This is actual footage of unidentified flying objects. This is a single frame of Dorothy's film, equivalent to 1/18th of a second. The streaks do not appear on the frame before or after this one, suggesting that the light is moving great distances in an 1/18th of a second.
We looked up into the sky, Dorothy too, and she went to the window, and she looked up, and she said, "Oh, come on. Do something for my friends. They've been here for so long." And right away, 3 shafts of light, as bright as anything, just shot right up into the air where we were watching.
My communications with the light beings are that they're very worried about us humans because we usually do things without thinking. The weapons we build, the way we raping the earth without thinking of the consequences.
Although it does not appear that this film has been altered, skeptics believe these images are the result of light phenomena emanating from Earth, not UFOs. But Dorothy believes these lights are alien spacecraft and that she can communicate with the creatures inside.
Coming up, what caused an unmanned Soviet probe to be knocked out of Martian orbit?
This is something that most likely destroyed the Phobos 2 mission to Mars. And it can do it again.
And our hunt for UFOs in the Southern California desert continues.
I hope when people see Subway, bells go off and they think, good sandwich. We don't deep fry or freeze dry, everything's fresh. Each morning I slice tomatoes, onions, I even bake the bread. These days people think a lot about what food to eat. Nothing's more honest than a good sandwich. So if the body's a temple, this is the place to come when the temple gets hungry.
The price of a good sandwich just got lower. The 6-inch cold cut combo, only $1.49 for a limited time at Subway.
This summer in Barcelona, 12 of our best men will be bound by a common past, a common goal, and a common thread. Champion is proud to have been chosen to make the uniform for America's team. Because we understand, too, it takes a little more to make a champion.
Come closer. Come on. With certs, I don't have to worry about anyone getting too close, which leaves me free to worry about everything else.
Get certs with Retsin, because there's nothing funny about bad breath.
Trouble with heartburn? Well, you could change your diet. Or better still, reach for Rolaids. It works fast to bring 100% relief to millions. So maybe you can't change your life, but you can get relief. Rolaids spells relief.
In 5 days, this man will die in the electric chair, though some say he's not guilty.
So many people get off on a technicality, and Roger's going to be executed on one.
See how mistakes, lies, and cover-ups have sent thousands to jail.
They're going to kill me, and I'm innocent.
Trial and error.
I didn't do this.
A special presentation coming up next.
The Buick story is on the bestseller list. Buick is the only American car to show a 1991 sales increase. Get the real Buick story firsthand. See one of these 7 super Buick dealers.
The greatest challenge for a serious UFO researcher is finding hard evidence. Film and videotape are easily faked, and skeptics distrust first-person accounts. The team we followed into the California desert made every effort to maintain a scientifically valid investigation. All kinds of state-of-the-art technology continue to arrive at the surveillance site.
This radar works like any other radar. It's a precision piece of equipment which utilizes radio waves, which are bounced off a given target to determine its relative size, speed, and location. And that's how it communicates.
Theoretically, radar signals could also be picked up by an alien craft. Another signaling device is this laser. This high-powered laser acts as a beacon, but researchers also fear it could be interpreted by approaching craft as a hostile act.
On this laser here, you would probably be able to see it reflect off a surface approximately 2 to 3 miles away, although the laser beam does continue on to infinity. So if I was to shine the laser straight up, it would continue on beyond the Earth's atmosphere and continue on forever.
Most UFO research is privately funded, but the U.S. government is now launching its own search for extraterrestrial intelligence with a NASA program known as SETI.
SETI stands for Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, and it's an effort by NASA and a fair number of astronomers to look for life in the galaxy. We're going to turn the world's largest telescopes toward the heavens with the idea of looking for some signs that we're not alone in the universe. The idea is to listen for radio signals that might be deliberately or perhaps even accidentally transmitted by other civilizations.
Any signals from space will be analyzed by a sophisticated computer system to determine if an alien life form is trying to communicate with us.
It's been said that in the first 30 seconds of this new NASA experiment, we'll collect more data than all the experiments of this type that have collected in the last 30 years. So that's a big step forward.
While the U.S. looks for proof of alien spacecraft, the Russians believe they already have proof.
In 1988, the Soviet Union launched 2 unmanned probes to explore Mars and the space around the planet. Phobos 2 achieved Mars orbit in January of 1989. However, something then occurred which there is apparently no prosaic explanation for. According to the Russians, they encountered with their unmanned craft an anomalous object, or a UFO, which was computed out to 25 kilometers. What we have is an infrared photograph taken from the Phobos 2 probe. This is the Martian moon Phobos. This is the UFO that apparently the Phobos 2 craft encountered. What happened was the craft observed the UFO, it took some photographs of it, then, according to Soviet sources, this UFO turned toward the Phobos craft. The Russians then lost contact with it, and the craft has been gone ever since.
I think it took out Phobos 2 mission because Phobos 2 saw something it was not supposed to have seen. If I were in a spacecraft now to Mars, especially to Phobos, I would feel terrified because, in my opinion, based on the knowledge that I have, something is out there. And what it is, I don't know. But this is something that most likely destroyed the Phobos 2 mission to Mars. And it can do it again.
Coming up, the startling results of our UFO investigation.
And I'm totally freaked out. I mean, I've got shivers going all the way up my spine.
Little Caesars presents Shake Your Caesar. 2 pizzas, crazy bread, and a mix-it-yourself Caesar salad. Just to shake things up. Family-size Caesar salad, 2 pizzas and crazy bread for only $8.98. And that's what's shaking at Little Caesars.
Pizza, pizza.
Before you see Alien 3, relive the suspense of the original Alien, the danger of the blockbuster sequel, Aliens, and go behind the scenes with the making of Alien 3. Free with the Alien Aliens Video Triple Pack. Available for $39.98. Rated R.
I do.
Cinnamon, fresh mint.
I do. I do.
Who wants Trident?
I do. Who? I do. I do.
Good for your teeth, great taste, too.
Who wants Trident? I do.
Taste of Bullseye tastes the best.
The head detective blows his cover, and Wanda's looking for a lover. What a lucky guy! On the In Living Colors season finale, Sunday.
Kill them! The Brits are out for Bundy blood.
Come over here, or your wife and daughter are through.
The season finale of Married with Children, Sunday.
From the outset of their investigation in Anza, California, the research team realized that the chances of capturing a UFO on film were extremely remote. But even with a skeptical eye to the skies, the team made a startling discovery. Maintaining the surveillance equipment and recording data has been a full-time job for researchers. 2 days and nights of hard work finally pay off. After day-long preparations, a strange light appears in the sky. The camera was not in position, but skeptical observers were.
And I'm totally freaked out. I mean, I've got shivers going all the way up my spine. I don't know how to explain this. You know, I'm a pure skeptic, definitely. And to see what I just saw, there's, you know, I can't be skeptical.
We saw a yellowish-orange light appear over the mountain. It traveled a little bit to our right and split off into two lights.
And as we watched them, they began to fade in intensity, and after about 30 to 40 seconds, they disappeared from view.
The sighting lasted only 15 seconds, but soon another UFO appeared, and this time the cameras were ready. The team captured this amazing UFO video.
You guys watching this inside?
It's going out. Going straight out.
Go, go, go. 249. 249.
We are presently watching this light, anomalous light, going, it's now rising above Mount Cahuilla. It appears to be more oblong or saucer-shaped than a conventional aircraft would be.
This starlight videotape may be all we ever know about the UFO nicknamed Goldie. Neither U.S. military sources nor the FAA have a definitive explanation. Researchers in Anza now have extensive logs and video, but none of it can yet explain who or what is out there. With so many sightings and contacts reported, even the U.S. government is now taking notice. NASA will spend $100 million over the next 10 years to scientifically search for intelligent life in the universe. One wonders if this mission will show that spaceships and extraterrestrials are more than science fiction. For Sightings, I'm Tim White. Good night.
Next time on Sightings, a family who claims that the next Sightings.
3 weeks ago, underground gas explosions shook Guadalajara, Mexico. Tomorrow, you'll witness emergency teams responding to this devastating disaster on an all-new Code 3, right after Cops. Then, until the day he died, no one, not even his wife, knew bandleader Billy Tipton's secret.